What have
Nigerian security forces and the Nigerian.
and now if the DSS, for instance, got security intelligence is mandated by the Constitution that are volunteering to counter terrorism in Nigeria. Let's look at that organization and let's give that organization let's give them that responsibility. 1,050 porous borders, and nobody is taking responsibility for them. Have we protected those lose our mind?
Okay.
Forget about my opinion. I feel their alert was not to the federal government of Nigeria, but to its citizens. Rescue the citizens. So, and at
Nigeria security agencies, there is not agencies are not aware of. Nothing they have said that we are not aware of. Nigerian security are on top of the matter, and they were doing. The last caller thing, not because he doesn't know the.
It's just a great message, I guess, is sounding vitally when America came to rescue their own. Our security agencies. So I like that. That will make them wake up. So your guest being angry is angry of the kids that become a welcome development for our military agents to wake up, because what makes American go air to air is because things they have been given a lot of security. They will be waiting till Mr. President return from his trip abroad before giving them marching, or waiting for Mr. President to come and give them marching order. So I like what America did, and they keep it up. So your guest should not be getting angrily on
okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you calling in, Sunday the Prince. Dr. Lee, you've heard the callers. Abdullahi believes that the American security agencies are more advanced and more effective. They're more proactive than the Nigerian security forces. Now, Sunday the Prince is saying if this alarm didn't go live, that maybe we would have been waiting for orders, and then something bad would have happened. What do you make of that?
Well, I can appreciate their understanding. Better to feel the way I feel. And I know that it's not a surprise, because some of us don't even know what the word patriotism is, and that's why they feel nonchalant in terms of infringement of their rights as a nation. And so, when the other caller was saying rescuing their citizens, are we in the war zone? No situation for rescue. When there is no situation for rescue, then who are you rescuing? We are not in the war zone.
Dr. Lee, we've had several situations for rescue. For instance, the Kaduna Abuja train victims were in the bushes, like you mentioned, for about 6 months. If we could have rescued them, we could have rescued them, but we let them stay there for 6 months, negotiating back and forth with the terrorists.
We have already identified that and accepted that Nigerian security system needs complete architecture, and I've already proposed a solution of creating a specialized agency. Those people, those volunteers that are working now, look at them. Who are they? We have such an organization that needs to. So why don't you look at? We must create. So what I'm saying is, well, if you see, we watch Americans, and Nigerian military is the best ground military in the world. Go to me anywhere in the world.
Well, Dr. Lee, some people say that's lost glory. That's old glory or lost glory, that we don't have that kind of glory anymore.
Forget you call it old glory, but is it easy for you to even get to that glory? You call it old glory because you are not proud of yourself. You are not proud of your country. You are not proud of your people. You are not patriotic enough. If you are, you will never leave anything outside. What we have is what we have. We are still Nigerian people. And if we are having our mistakes here and there and things are just falling apart, all we need to do is to sit back with the best ground soldiers in the world. And so we need to have that capacity and that ability. We must contribute our own quota individually to make Nigeria greater again.
Absolutely.
So this is the call. Whoever the next president is should learn from the mistakes of this government and pick up. We shouldn't in the world. Even though you go to the American today, the best team performing the best performing people. And so why are we demeaning ourselves? Why don't we see the worst in us?
Well, sir, Dr.
I'm
Lee.
telling you, categorically, it is coping anywhere.
All
It
right.
doesn't matter. There could be error, and there's nothing like 100% in this world. Even in America, they were there with all their technology when 9/11 happened. So, and there's so many other things. Even in Britain, the train station problem in England, with all their technology and whatever, it happened.
Dr. Lee, hold that
So it
thought.
doesn't mean
Let's
that
bring
one or two things just happen and you start in Nigeria as a failed security state. It's not proper.
Okay, let's bring in this caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning once again, my friend.
Good
My name
morning,
is Mayowa.
Mayowa. Good to
Thank
have
you.
you.
Yes. My friend, I think I'm more disturbed now than before. Hearing Dr. Aliyu talking in this manner, saying that the intelligence offered by America is non-avoid, has no significance. To me, I'm more worried. America did not give us intelligence when today facing jailbreak happened. They did not give us intelligence reports when there was series of bombs in Abuja and so many other attacks, kidnapping of school girls and boys. Now they gave us intelligence that we are saying that it's unfounded. I think that's very risky for anybody to say, particularly on a public radio. I think it will be better for us to work on it, even if we don't believe in it. Work with the little information we have and ensure that you ensure safety and security of the people, rather than coming openly and condemning that. I think it's risky. That's just my position. Except the man that is in the studio, Dr. Aliyu, is God to tell us what will happen today and what will happen tomorrow. Besides that, we have no such authority to condemn that intelligence. That's my take. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mayowa. Well, the Minister of Information, let's take this seriously and let's act on it. The federal government has said, look, there's no news. Now, Dr. Lee, one of the reasons given for with the fight against insecurity that kidnappers and the monies that they have stashed up in the bushes and all would become useless to them. Also, people are saying, look, these kidnappers have a way of buying weapons in dollars. They don't even buy weapons in naira. So how do they get the foreign exchange? Also, I recall that Sheikh Gumi had said, look, this would only drive the abductors, kidnappers, and terrorists to demand dollars.
I think if I will say something, I think Sheikh Gumi should be arrested because of that statement, as far as I'm concerned. Because I mean, how can he be suggested to criminals? That's suggestiveness. He's telling them what to do. He's giving them an idea of what to do. Because you just don't open your mouth and talk anyhow because you are a cleric and you do not regard the exchange of Nigerian currency as far as I'm concerned. I think it has mixed feelings. Mixed feelings in the sense that a lot of people will put out of businesses like it happened before, where it was on record when President Muhammadu Buhari came as a military leader and he wanted to deal with the political class that time. He changed the money that was so much stolen on the ground, and that singular act actually affected the Nigerian. He has gotten them there. He has dealt with those kind of people that they are not fit to be Nigerians anyway. Money that they are supposed to put in investment and to create employment and whatever, even though they stole that money, they left that money. And if you want to look at from that angle, you say, well, it's good for the whole idea is good for the nation. And when there was a rumor, I had not said that
the bank then was not that so rampant. So many people threw their money there. When they realized it has already been late and before they could go to market, the money is no longer valued. And that's how poverty became the order of the day.
Okay.
So what I was expecting Mr. President to have done, Mr. President had about 8 years. He would have experimented with the second term when he came up. Then see how it's going to run. By that time, if it favors him, then he takes the glory. If it doesn't favor him, he will take the blame. But almost at the ending term of his tenure, I want to do that. He's trying to, bring Nigeria backward. So for me, let him just leave it the way it is. If the next administration comes on board, he didn't fit to change the currency, fine. But for now, Mr. President has tried. let him just leave it the way it is. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you very much, Sunday the Prince. Now, Dr. Ali, let's talk again. Let's get back to talking about the train services. Those who argue in support of the resumption say, look, the debts were accumulated, or monies were borrowed to fix the trains and get them running, and these debts need to be paid. Some others also say that during the yield time people need to travel, and so government needs to reopen the train services so that people can use these trains. What would be your advice to those who would be using the trains, and what would your advice be to government before they actually resume the train services?
As far as I'm concerned, we have stated this much earlier before, that technology should be deployed in those tracks on the route, such that whatever that is happening, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 kilometers from where the train is, the driver of the train is able to identify such occurrence. He should have his monitor, the train should carry monitor, and this high-level zooming effect and body sensitive detectors or cameras should be placed along the route, so that whatever that is going to happen 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers before that, the driver of the train has got to know, and certain measures are taken. And they're linking up with all the security agencies, especially the military and the police that use grants and the civil defense to work in tandem in terms of ensuring safety in that route. If you look at that aspect of train moving and helicopter moving, it's a double jeopardy cost, as far as I'm concerned. But if you install this technology, even if you can have what do you call this monitor that flies,
the drones.
If you can have drone on that route, and good. But as far as I'm concerned, if the security measures are not security technology measures are not taken, then again we are risking the lives of our citizens, which is very, very unnecessary. We understand, we sympathize with the government because it's loan that they have collected, and it has to be established loan. But then when they were doing those thinking, they were 20, 30 years behind, because they didn't remember that there could be security infringement along this route, which already it has been heightened long ago, that the possibility of Boko Haram to break into this route are there even before they start operating. People like us are putting and have sent warnings severally, but nothing was done. That's why I'm telling you that, because we don't have an agency that we can hold enforcement for this, it means we keep going around the route making the same mistake. If you are giving a report to somebody and you cannot go and say, this is the agency that is in charge of this situation, I've given them, and this is a copy of my report, this is that and that, then you of course you don't have anybody to hold. Even the president has very difficult to hold anybody, and that's why immediately you call all the service people and start talking to them. But if there's one single person, you can fire that person and bring in another person to take charge. And if I know I'm giving the head of that organization, I will be fired for not performing, I will wake up my husband, I will do what I can do to stop it before it happens.
All right.
It's possible. We have just intelligence. Nigerians are very intelligent people. We can procure security for our nation.
Okay.
We don't need anybody to come and show us how to procure security in Nigeria. We have the capacity. When we go abroad, we excel. So we have that human intelligence. We have the human capital. We are a very wealthy country. We have the resources. We have the human capital. So let's deploy our human capital. We are allowing them to be working family.
Dr. Sani
So
Aliyu.
deploy everything. Yeah.
Dr. Sani Aliyu, co-commandant of the Nigeria Neighborhood Security, Neighborhood Enlightenment and Security Safety Organization, NESO. Thank you so much for talking with us. We really appreciate your thoughts and time on the program. Thank you very much again to everyone who is calling. To those of you who we couldn't take your calls, I'm really sorry. We'll do this again tomorrow at the top of the hour, 9. Be a part of the conversation.